The air in Burkina Faso is thick with tension. The Sahel nation, already grappling with a brutal Islamist insurgency, narrowly averted another disaster on April 16, 2025. A coup attempt, the latest in a string of power grabs, was foiled, leaving the country teetering between relief and apprehension. The government, led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who himself seized power in a coup just months earlier, announced that a group of soldiers, both active and retired, had plotted to overthrow the regime. Details remain shrouded in secrecy, but the government claims the plan involved an audacious attack on the presidential palace, aiming to plunge the capital, Ouagadougou, into chaos. The alleged plot, according to the government, was not simply an internal affair. Fingers are being pointed at neighboring Ivory Coast, accused of harboring dissidents and fueling instability. This accusation further strains the already fragile relations between the two countries, adding another layer of complexity to Burkina Faso's volatile political landscape. The foiled coup is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in a nation battered by years of turmoil. It underscores the deep-seated divisions within the military and the looming threat of Islamist militancy, which continues to cast a long shadow over the country. The government wasted no time in naming alleged perpetrators. Among those implicated are high-ranking military figures, including Major Joanny Compaoré, Lieutenant Abdramain Barry, and Commander Ouedraogo Frederick. Their alleged involvement raises troubling questions about the depth of discontent within the armed forces, the very institution tasked with protecting the nation from collapse. Adding another layer of complexity to the narrative, the government claims the coup plotters were working in cahoots with terrorist leaders based in neighboring Ivory Coast. While evidence of this collaboration remains to be seen, the accusation itself highlights the increasingly porous borders and the intricate web of alliances and rivalries that define the Sahel region. The specter of foreign meddling looms large, with accusations flying back and forth between Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast. Each side accuses the other of harboring and supporting destabilizing forces, further deepening the mistrust and animosity. The involvement of external actors, whether in the form of neighboring countries or shadowy terrorist networks, adds a dangerous dimension to Burkina Faso's internal struggles, threatening to turn a domestic crisis into a regional conflagration. This latest foiled coup is but one chapter in Burkina Faso's long and troubled history with political instability. Coups d'etat have been a recurring nightmare for the country, punctuating its journey since gaining independence from France in 1960. The names of past leaders, Sankara, Compaoré, Kaboré, are etched in the collective memory, each representing an era marked by both hope and disillusionment. The overthrow of Thomas Sankara in 1987, a charismatic revolutionary leader who remains a folk hero for many, cast a long shadow over the nation, setting a precedent for violent seizures of power. Blaise Compaoré's subsequent 27-year rule, while bringing a semblance of stability, was marred by authoritarianism and corruption. His ouster in a popular uprising in 2014 offered a glimmer of hope for democratic progress, a hope that was soon dashed by subsequent coups and the resurgence of jihadist violence. This cycle of instability has had a devastating impact on the country, crippling its economy, undermining its institutions, and leaving its people trapped in a perpetual state of uncertainty and fear. The scars of the past run deep, fueling a sense of disillusionment and distrust that makes it difficult to build a more stable and prosperous future. In the aftermath of the foiled coup, Burkina Faso finds itself at a crossroads. The government's narrative of a thwarted plot and the subsequent arrests have been met with mixed reactions. While some express relief at the averted crisis, others view the events with skepticism, questioning the official account and suspecting ulterior motives. The specter of a hidden power struggle within the ruling junta, using the coup attempt as a pretext for a purge, cannot be entirely dismissed. Meanwhile, the public remains deeply divided, reflecting the complex political fault lines that run through society. On May 1, 2025, thousands took to the streets of Ouagadougou, but not to denounce the coup attempt. Instead, they rallied in a show of force, expressing their support for Captain Traoré's leadership and condemning perceived external interference, particularly from the United States. This rally, while highlighting the deep well of support Traoré enjoys among a segment of the population, also underscores the polarization within Burkina Faso. The country is grappling with fundamental questions about its identity, its future, and its place in the world. The path ahead is fraught with challenges. The threat of further instability remains high, fueled by internal divisions, regional rivalries, and the ever-present danger of Islamist militancy. The international community, while condemning the coup attempt, must tread carefully, balancing its commitment to democratic principles with the need to avoid exacerbating existing tensions. Burkina Faso stands at a precipice, and its future hangs precariously in the balance. The choices made in the coming weeks and months will determine whether the country can break free from its cycle of coups and violence, or whether it will descend further into chaos and despair.